Hey guys, what's up? It is Speedy of Terra Productions coming to you with. Well, I can't really say it's a review per se. It's just more my opinion on the Doctor Who Season 7 finale, which was called The Name of the Doctor. Written, oh joy, by Stephen Moffat. Immediately, the name of the scriptwriter and the name of the title should induce some form of scare. Let's be honest. Time now, if I can get my phone, is 8 p.m. GMT. Can you see that? Should say 8 on there. Right there. And I just... Why they never brought Russell T Davies back to write this episode, I'll never know. It was painful, it was awful, it was tedious. It was, in essence, a pile of horseshit. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong, I thought Season 7, Episode 10, Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS, was a bad episode. The Name of the Doctor takes Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS and sets it up like 10-pin bowls. The Name of the Doctor just comes along and gets a strike when it on Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS. I just... God! It was horrible. The writing was bad, the editing was bad, and I just... What makes it even worse is the fact that Matt Smith may be leaving. Now, don't get me wrong. Naturally, of course, when everyone saw David Tennant playing the role of the Doctor, everyone was like, holy shit, he's awesome! And all the girls were like, David, take my virginity! And stuff like that. But I just... Then they introduced Matt Smith. I loved him. I thought he was brilliant. Okay? I thought he was an absolutely humorous dude, and I think he filled the role pretty well. I don't give a shit about what you lot say. I think Matt Smith was a fantastic choice to play the role of the Doctor after Tennant had left. But wait, there's more. Apparently now, Matt Smith might be leaving Doctor Who. I'm sorry that I'm becoming a blur on your screen. I'm recording this on my new tablet, and I'm not in the best of lighting and shit like that. But anyway, Matt Smith, who again I personally think was a brilliant Doctor, is now possibly retiring and is being replaced by some geezer who is, wait for it, 73 years old. You heard me correctly, 73 years old. The name of that guy, hear you ask? John frickin' Hurst. That's right, the guy who was in the original version of Lord of the Rings. And I just... Oh, Jesus. No. Stephen Moffat, if you're watching this, what the fuck have you done to Doctor Who? I just... Oh, God. Not bad being a Doctor Who fan. I now feel guilty for being a Doctor Who fan. And the only good thing about this episode, do you want to know what the only good thing was? Well, I'll tell you the only good thing about this episode. The only good thing about this episode was that they showed incarnations of all the Doctor's previous bodies. So we saw nearly all of the 10 Doctors that preceded Matt Smith's time on Doctor Who. We're talking Christopher Eccleston, Sylvester McCoy, Colin Baker, Peter Davison, Tom Baker, John Pertwee, even the first Doctor, William Hartnell. If you don't know who these people are, either jump on the internet and Google them, or frickin' watch the original version of Doctor Who. You know, the one that was actually good. That's right, I said it. And again, yes, as I said, in that list we did see Christopher Eccleston's incarnation of the Doctor. Or his suit, at least. I just... I'll admit, the second half of Doctor Who Series 7 wasn't really as good as I thought it was going to be. Especially the fact that for the season 10 finale, they brought back the woman who is apparently the Doctor's wife. Yes, you know it, I know it, we all hate her, Professor River Song. To people who haven't seen the series finale by the time this goes viral, I apologise for spoiling the fact that Professor River Song is going to be in the episode. I apologise for that hugely. But I hate the character of Professor River Song with a passion. Okay? Just remember that. I hate her character with a passion. Now, this isn't me trolling the actress whose name I can't remember. I'm not trolling her at all. I think she's an absolutely fantastic actress. All I'm trying to say is that they didn't really cast her to play a good enough character. In my opinion, she should have been chosen to have played a much better character, maybe even the Doctor's companion. Because let's be honest, it'd have been better than getting that bitch from EastEnders. And in case you couldn't tell, I don't like EastEnders. At all. Nor do I like Emmerdale or Coronation Street. And in truth, there was only one episode of Coronation Street that I watched, and that was the live one where they had the tram crash off of the viaduct. Other than that, I hate EastEnders, Emmerdale, and Coronation Street. No, scratch that. Hate isn't even a strong enough word. I loathe those three shows, with a passion. Much to the extent where I'd like to see practically every episode of those three series recorded, and I'd just like to see them burn in a huge fiery inferno. And maybe chuck a Stephen Moffat on there as well. I mean, come on! Stephen Moffat has just ruined a show that, when I was 9 and 10 and stuff, so basically back in 2005 and 2006, that should give you an idea of my I absolutely loved watching Doctor Who. It was something that I looked forward to every Saturday. And don't get me wrong, when I saw the prequel that they showed after last week's episode of Doctor Who, the title of which I've forgotten, Nightmare in Steel, that was it. You know, the one with the Cybermen. I thought that that episode was absolutely brilliant. They showed the prequel for this week's episode, The Name of the Doctor, and it was edge of your seat stuff. Or so I thought. Okay, my sister, right, as well, who has just started getting back into watching Doctor Who, and did so as well ever since Season 7, Episode 9, Hyde, which was arguably the best episode of Season 7, Part 2, by a long shot. Even she was hyped about this episode. What do we get? I get a kick in the nuts, and she gets a slap across the face. I just... Again, as of this moment, given the fact that the Season 7 finale has just finished airing, or had finished airing, about, 20 or so minutes ago, thereabouts. It is now 8:15 GMT, according to my phone. So, 8:15. It's been about 30 or so minutes since the Doctor Who Season 7 finale has ended at the time of recording this video. And I just... Oh god. We were so damned disappointed. It wasn't funny. You know how in comedy films you see the disappointment on someone's face and you think, oh, poor bugger, he's genuinely disappointed. Let's all laugh at him. This time, it was genuine. And I just... It was awful. It really, really was. I just... Okay, I'm going to finish this video now, given the fact that it's about to break the 11-minute mark. And I am going to finish it with this one message. Stephen Moffat, if you've succeeded in watching this long through my rant and rave of your most recent Doctor Who episode, please quit now while you're still ahead. Believe you me, myself as a Doctor Who fan and the rest of the Doctor Who fandom would be very grateful. Russell T Davies, if you're watching this, please, okay, please come back and retake your rightful position as the head writer of Doctor Who. Because back when Russell T Davies was in charge, that was the shiz, okay? They were the really good episodes of Doctor Who. I mean, yes, alright, I'll admit, I didn't like Christopher Eccleston playing the role of the Doctor. I thought he took the role a bit too seriously. But I'm thinking about more the David Tennant era episodes. They were the balls. They really were. They were incredible. I loved the David Tennant era of the show with a passion. And I just... Please, Russell T Davies, come back to the show. Because if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have had arguably who I think was one of the greatest characters ever make one final appearance alongside David Tennant's Doctor in the season 4 finale. I am, of course, referring to John Barrowman's character, Captain Jack Harkness. There, I've said it. I loved Captain Jack. Do you know why? It's because of you, Russell T Davies, if you're watching. It was because of you managed to put John Barrowman in the right perspective and the right time of where the series was. You nailed his arrival perfectly. So again, Stephen Moffat, get the fuck out of the writing office and get Russell T Davies back in. Because right now, I could really, really do with a miracle. So yeah, that's pretty much it really. My next Doctor Who related video will probably cover the 50th anniversary, which is being aired sometime on November 23rd, 2013. And so, yeah. So, yeah. Till then, I've been Speedy of Terrier Productions, saying thank you for watching, if you've watched this one through the video. Thank you for listening. And again, I'm the blurriness is just, I'm not really in the right lighting conditions for recording a video, and I am recording on the built-in webcam on my tablet. Yeah, I have a tablet now. I am that sophisticated in technology. Anyway, I'm gonna go. See you around.